हुसैन हाय हुसैन
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من شر الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله والصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الميامين المنتجبين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد فقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد عظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Inshallah, we are going to continue our process for upbringing the generation in serving our beloved Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. We were discussing about training the children, teaching the children, teaching that the main goal should be, main task should be, besides teaching the biology, zoology, chemistry, physics, literature, engineering, medicine, whatever you want to teach the children, that is perfect. That is super. It is also for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So therefore, the intention should be that I'm teaching my children, or the children, they are choosing their path of science and technology. These are very important things, and these are part and parcel of the community of Imam Zaman Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. When Imam will come, he'll not need only the mullahs and maulanas and the no, 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 no. He needs everybody, every faction of the community, every skilled person. He needs a doctor. He needs female doctors. He needs male doctors. He needs engineers, female engineers, male engineers. He needs educators. He needs psychologists. He needs every kind of thing. Similarly to the way it was practiced in the time of Amir al-Mu'minin Salamullah alayhi and his government. There are people, there are professionals in treating people, or there are people, there are educators, there are learners, there are different types of people. And you can see this more obvious in the time of Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, where he was by himself the teacher of chemistry and the teacher of lots of other. Imam Rida alayhi salatu wasalam, he started explaining medical properties of the food and medical indications to treat certain diseases and problems. So all these things, they indicate that our imams are not only mullahs and maulanas. No, our imams are integrated personalities who Allah has given them the knowledge of science, knowledge of chemistry, biology, physics, nature, literature, engineering, medicine, everything Allah has equipped. وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ fi imamin mubin. We have kept everything in the imam based on the necessities of the time, place, and circumstances. The way the prophets alayhi they are equipped with all whatever the time requires. Therefore, our imam has all these things, our living imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, and he will need to maintain and order and organize the world based on these skills and professions. So therefore, it is important that we focus. We don't say, no, bring your children and put them in house and let them become mullahs and maulanas and sheikhs and ayatullahs. No, we are not saying like that. Neither Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Ali Sistani, neither our main directions. The whole idea is, which is very strongly misunderstood, let our children be bonded with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If they are engineer, teach them how to establish a bond with Allah through those two, remember, tracks, Quran and Ahlulbait AS. If they are doctors, if they are engineers, if they are scientists, if they are psychologists, if they are social workers, be it whatever, let them have a strong foundation, an inner foundation, the taqwa, the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let them focus. Whatever they do, they have one focus, love of Allah, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be their direction. Quran teaches us, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Those who strive to reach us, we are going to show them our path to reach us. And the most manifested or an obvious path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are Ahlulbait alayhi salatu wasalam, because no one was most pious in their time other than one of the Imams of Ahlulbait alayhi salatu wasalam, and the testimonies are there from the school of companion, especially when you come to Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, that the title of Sadiq, it was not given to any of the Sahabis or Tabi'een or something like that. Even the Sunni school of thought, they acknowledge that Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam title was As-Sadiq. So therefore, our goal is connection with Allah, the concept, qurbatan lillahi ta'ala. If you offer salah, make your salah a cause of you being close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, proximity to Allah. Of course, metaphysically we are talking, not physically. If you are offering zakat, or if you are offering khums, if you are offering hajj, whatever you're doing, your aim should be what? Closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being more and more in love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bonding with Allah. If you are a doctor, the aim should be you're practicing medicine, and that is for the sake of Allah. At the end, you have to make sure that your practicing medicine brings you closer to Allah by not cheating, not lying, being faithful, being trustworthy in your profession. You are engineer, let your goal be that through my engineering, I'm going to reach the achieve the nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, qurbatan lillah. I am a psychologist, I am a jurist, I am a judge, I am a business owner, I am a factory owner. Whatever you do, let Allah be in life with you. That is what is important. Yes, there is a preference to be an educator of how to make people close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, without any doubt. You can go any professions, they are highly merited as long as you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, if you are an educator of religion, trying to do the best to bring the people on path of Allah and to make them love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to let them achieve that piety and taqwa, and to teach them the sabr, and to teach them to be pardoning person, and to teach them to establish a family, supporter of Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, then obviously without any doubt we have abundance narrations and even indications from the Quran that those people who are tafaqquh fi deen, who has the knowledge of religion, without any doubt they are on the highest level of merit, on the highest level of merit. Okay, so now we know that the main goal, main task is to make our youngsters on the top level of taqwa and encourage them to whatever professions they love to have. And that's what Luqman gave advice. La, he did not say don't become engineer. He did not say don't become hakim like him. He did not say don't become doctor. He did not. He said la tushrik billah. Keep your faith clean. You want to help, ask help from people, ask whomsoever you want. However, your focus should be Allah, that whoever helper comes to you, you need to put that faith. If it was not for Allah, that person would not have helped me. If it was not for Allah, Ali alayhi salam would not have helped me. If it was not for Allah, my father or friend or wife or son, whoever, would not have helped me. It is Allah who is the Iyyaka na'bud wa Iyyaka nasta'in. You only we worship, and you only we seek help. Worship, we know no one should worship other than Allah. Seeking help, we should not seek help from anyone before seeking help from Allah, and then take the causes, be it a doctor, be it whatever, be it our spiritual causes like our Imams alayhi salam, like our 12th Imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala. The main idea is Allah should be the whole and soul, and other than Allah should be considered the causes which He made for us, the way He made Musa alayhi salatu wasalam a cause and a mediation for Bani Israel. So this is the very important thing. So whatever you are, be monotheistic purely. Allah should be the first and the top of your list of the things in your life. Okay. To establish all that, we need, how can I? People, they say, Sheikh, I try to tell my children, Allah, namaz, this and that, and I choose method, but there's no use. How? And you're saying that first of all, let's come to those parents who bring their children to the madrasa so that we can babysit them. It's pure babysitting time for some of the parents. I'm not talking about all. I'm going to mention categories of the parents. So parents, they want to do this, they want to enjoy shopping, this and that. Let's dump our children to the madrasa. So the main target is madrasa is a babysitting project for us. No problem. Bring them. We'll try to teach them. The other ones, the priority is not madrasa. So if they have sport event, they will not tell the sport event we have madrasa. They will not give them excuse. They will give us excuse. We have sport event, Sheikh. Our children cannot come to the madrasa. What will I say? What will I say? I will say that you are embedding inside themselves the priority of the world over the deen. Okay, you are teaching them. We are teaching them priority of God. You are teaching them priority of cricket tournament, tennis tournament, this tournament, that tournament, this sport, this sport. Why? Why are you doing this? And then if your child goes on drug, madrasa did not do anything. No, stop it there. Because there are people, they came to me, Sheikh, our children did not learn that much in madrasa. Really? Come here, sit. I show them the attendance list. Where are your children? They come 1 week, they don't come 2 weeks. We barely have about 50 weeks. Get 20 weeks out. 4 weeks, holy month of Ramadan. Instead of putting some substitute activities, madrasa shut down, just sports and this and that starts. Muharram, Safar. 4 weeks, 4 weeks. Muharram, Safar, 4 weeks, 4 weeks. 8 weeks and 12 weeks. 52 weeks, 12 weeks gone. 40 weeks we have. In these 40 weeks, Eid might come, Eid al-Fitr might come, Eid al-Adha might come, this. So we calculated, we have between 35 days, once a week, 35 days per year. From 35 to 40 days, we can teach only. And in that, you, Mr. Father, and you, Mr. Mother, come to us and take your children, give us, slap on our faces the excuse of my daughter has this party, that party, tournament party, graduation party, this party, that party. And you slap on our face, and your children, they don't attend regularly. And then you tell me madrasa does not function properly. Yeah, I don't claim madrasa is the perfect thing. We try our best. But we can show you some elements in the madrasa. They came regularly. They attended. They did their homeworks. Their parents cooperated at home by watching their achievements in the classroom. They called us. You? No. And I bring those children. I said, Beta, recite Surat Washamsi wa Duhaha. Recite. Your son, where is he? One of the things come, they don't have, they have not memorized anything. We memorize them spoon feeding every week, one ayat, one we build up. And you, mister, your children, they don't come regularly. You may have excuse. Sometimes you may have lame excuse. Oh, tournament, party, this, that, guests coming. We have. You give them excuse. No, my children today, they have important madrasa. So first of all, before blaming others, try to find out what were your shortcomings in bringing. Trust me, most of the teachers of madrasa, they are not even being paid. They dedicate their time to come to madrasa, to teach your children. Why? They have also parties, they have also tournaments, they have also excuses. They give up for the sake of Allah, for the love of Ahlulbait AS. They are present. And you, Mr. or Mrs., your children, you don't dedicate them. I frankly tell people, if you want me to teach you, I promise to dedicate my time. But will you dedicate your time? If not, I will leave you. That's, I don't charge money. I don't take any penny for teaching the kids, teaching the youth or the youngsters. I will teach because I have a commitment. I have a commitment towards Imam Zaman Ajjalallah. I'm not going to charge you for teaching religion, teaching Islam. But yes, I'm going to charge you your time and your children's time. If you are learning with me, you need to dedicate your time. If you're bringing your children to me, you need to dedicate that time and let them come to me regularly. I'm an example of many like me. They teach voluntarily for the sake of Allah, for the love of Allah. I have also so many commitments. I get invited into invitations on Sunday. Come, please have lunch with us, have lunch with us. I say, no, I have madrasa. Why can't you say the same thing? Oh, my uncle invited, my friend invited, my this invited. No, I can say no. You can say no. I can give them excuse that I have madrasa. Why can't you give them? I'm not talking me as me, Safdar. No. One of those hundreds of male and female madrasa teachers, dedicated teachers, they put their time. They have invitations Sundays or Saturdays if their madrasas on Saturdays. They have they need to go to shopping. But no, they promised Imam Zamana Ajjalallah Ta'ala, I will be there in the madrasa. You promise Imam Zamana. You want to prepare your children for serving the Imam? Promise them, Imam, once a week you want my son? I will bring every day if you want me. Where is that notion? That you find it only the mother of Wahab or Zainab alayhi salatu Islam, or those mothers whose children got martyred in Karbala. So my beloved ones, children, upraising the children is not like bringing them to madrasa and expecting everything we do and alakazam, alakazum, boom, and presto, the halos on the head. That does not work out like that. We need cooperation from you as our beloved parents. We need cooperation from different aspects. Parent-teachers meetings, very few people like that. Communication, calls from the parents. Sheikh, Fulan, Haji, Fulan, Sister Fulan, what did you give in madrasa today? Sorry, I was not able to bring my son today in madrasa, my daughter today in the madrasa. Please let us know so that we can help you fill in those blanks. Nothing. Very few they do like that. Very few they call. And what about the madrasa fees? You are supposed to, the madrasa is helping you. You are supposed to come and pay the fees on time. Where the madaris, the school, public school, you are afraid to delay because your son may be kicked out. You know, madrasa, they will not kick my son out 1 month, 2, and there are months, 3, 4 months. Somebody has to remind from the madrasa, please, your fees are due. You said the teachers, they don't take. But the place, many times the place has rent, the equipments. the projector, all these kind of things are costly, which requires support of the family, financial support. And the fees are, unless you don't remind them, they don't remember to bring. Why? Nobody's going to kick my son out. That's one aspect. And then we look at the elite ones. The elite ones, they donate more big chunks of money. And then they expect the madrasa to be under the control of them and under the service of their children. There was one, he came to me, I said, please keep your money. Your son and daughter will be exactly like all these children. They're all my sons and daughters. I love them all. I don't know how much more I will love your sons and daughters because you have donated. So if that's the case, then please keep your donation. No, please forgive me, Sheikh. That was not my intention. I said, then yes, your children will be given the best of care, the way the. How can a madrasa be for Imam Zaman Ajjalallahu Ta'ala, where only elite children, they get proper direction, and the poor people children, they do not get proper direction, proper education? How can that be? Astonishing, baffling, surprising. It's shame on the rich people to say like that to the children, and it's shame on the administration of the madrasa to take those personal privileges and discriminate between the children. This is happening in public schools in many in India and Pakistan, where the privileged people, where they bring more money, their children are taken care of. When something happens, the principal becomes upset. Oh, you don't know, his father is supporting the madrasa and the school, I mean, public school. And so something will like, what about that? Yeah, the poor guy's son, which was beaten that day, and oh, please forgive us, and inshallah, things will not happen, and repeatedly bullied. So where is this from the schools and the madaris which are gearing the youngsters towards serving the Imam Zaman? We are teaching corruption in the name of religion. We are teaching cheating, lying, all these kind of problems. I'm not talking about all madaris and all the school. I'm talking in general that there are these institutions and they are increasing, unfortunately, in that pattern. If we don't stop it now, where will our children learn proper vilayat of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, the authority of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, where they have to say labbaik to everything? So for that purpose, excuse me, for that, to achieve those lofty goals, the madrasa needs to be sincere, from the principal to the donors to the teachers, which alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah, we have many madaris around the world, they have this. But there are other madaris, they don't have this kind of thing. And they have madaris as we have madrasa, publicity, advertisement to collect funds and milk the monies of the rich people. No, it should not be like that. I know some of the madaris and some of the centers, the main thing is the publicity, just to milk the money of the rich people, the donors. You see, we have kids and this and that. And after that, what is happening inside, God knows best. I know sometimes some of the madaris what's happening inside. And they're all about the advertisement companies, photos, this, that. When you come to the education is poor, the teachers are not dedicated, the money makers and this and that, and all issues are there. So we have to filter our madaris. Not all, many of them are excellent, but every madrasa, whoever claims that our madrasa is perfect, that's the imperfect madrasa. Because the process of development is there. We are working with human beings who are dedicated, yet there are shortcomings, unintentional. So we have to learn how to reduce those and how to develop the madaris further more and more. So it's a journey, endless journey, development of madaris. You can't say our madrasas, khalas, reach the maximum level of perfection. Then khalas, you don't need Imam Zamana. And then you don't need the school of Ahlulbait. Khalas, you are done. Finish. No, we need continuous development. Time is changing. In every field, there is development. Islam is part and parcel of the intellectual society. Medicine, there is development. In engineering, there's development. Why madaris khalas, we have reached our goals, finished. No, there needs to be continuous development. If we have reached certain goals, alhamdulillah, 80%, we need to work on that 5% extra, 85%. 100%, we need to re-evaluate the whole system and start putting some more changes in a way that those are suitable for the modern time, place, and circumstances. The Tawheed is same Tawheed which was descended in the Quran. Wilayat of Ahlulbait alayhi is same. But the methodology has changed. The generation has changed. The generation will not be sitting 1 hour in front of the teacher with a monotone lecture and then they will be super haloed people. No. We need to see interactive. The pedagogy has changed. Interactive, intercommunication, projector, PowerPoint presentations, videos, films, all these resources. If you are teaching 1 hour madrasa, and that should not be the case, okay, 40, 45 minutes with the multimedia assistant, then we have something. So put from that 40 minutes, 5 minutes showing a clip and discussing on those clips. The children, they love to talk. They love to discuss. Don't shun them. That is how they progress, the new generation. As I said, there's a difference between new generation and old generation. Number one. Number two, the method of teaching. Number three, the generation gap. We have uncles and aunties. May Allah bless them. They've been teaching for 50 years. One leg is in the grave. May Allah really bless them. They worked very hard. But it's the time to change the faces. Change the generation. The uncles and aunties who are like 60, 70 years old, they need to train the youngsters in a way different than their time. Imam Ali alayhi salam has said in black and white, do not train or teach or educate the children the way you're suitable for your time. No, their time is different than your time. They have been born, begotten for a time different than your time. So what does that mean, Imam Ali? Our uncles and aunties, they need to retire. They need to continue serving the 12th Imam, but not in an educational capacity. Or they learn how to teach in a modern pedagogy, modern methodology. The methodology is changed. The school, once upon a time, the madrasa, they would teach the same way they would teach in the schools, public schools. Uncle there, uncle here. Auntie there, auntie here. Same methodology, same. Perfect. May Allah reward you with the best. Now, if you want to continue teaching in the madrasa, learn the modern methodology, modern pedagogy. Why? Because we will lose our children. Even if that uncle is rich, Baba, this is madrasa. I mean, I know you are a donor and you want to teach, but please learn the methodology, the modern method. So what I do normally, I try to bring youngsters, 30 year, okay, maximum 30 years old. If worst case was 40, 45. Because and those who have been upraised in the same communities in the West, they have gone to schools in the West. By default, they learn the pedagogy, the methodology. I'm an old guy. I'm also one of the uncles. But when I started learning Swedish language and I started learning, I saw a total different methodology of teaching. Total different. The way I learned before 60 years, before 30 years, sorry, before 30, 40 years in universities, in schools, the method has changed. So I took more classes other than the language to learn the methodology. I joined some online classes just to see how they teach, because I want to develop my methodology. And alhamdulillah, Allah gave me success. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning the methodology because the time is changing and you have to continuously keep learning the methodology. So that's why a person, if he does like that, uncle and auntie, they need to come. And alhamdulillah, in our World Federation Madaris, we have so many uncles and aunties, they came to learn the pedagogy. Some Maulanas, oh, you want to teach me how to teach? I studied 12 years in QAIM. Thank you, Maulana sir. You stay in the masjid. We don't want you in the madrasa. I tell them frankly, stay in the masjid, teach the people. For us in madrasa, if you are not compromising and cooperating in learning the methodology of modern methodology which the children are learning through in their schools, we can't let you teach in the madrasa. I am Maulana. These are the teachers are not Maulana. They have not said it. Yes, but the material has been prepared by the Maulanas, by scholars, by professional scholars, and there it will be reviewed. So if you want to teach, you have to compromise. Otherwise, your hadiyah will be deducted. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, if you bring a Maulana and he doesn't teach a madrasa and he just wants to do Imam Jamaat, this and that. There's one Maulana, he says that uh, I'm going to just take the masjid, mihrab, and that's it. Madrasa away. So we discussed the matter. Okay, so if the Maulana comes and teaches in madrasa and teaches in masjid, he has this much hadiyah package is there. So that means we need to bring another Maulana only for madrasa, supervising the madrasa, supervising the curriculum, and alim needs to be on the head of the madrasa. Supervision, religious supervision. I'm not talking management and administration. I'm talking about religious supervision, curriculum and teacher. So therefore, we have to reduce the amount of the hadiyah. Then they don't accept. So that's fine. We can't have this kind of attitude and this kind of behavior, okay, especially from the scholars who consider the scholars or Maulanas to not to learn the modern methodology. There's nothing there. When I go to these institutes of learning in Europe, I see more older people than me sitting and listening to the lecturer who's like 30 years old lecturer. What is the problem there? That is the Sahaba mentality. Why? Because some school of companion they analyze why Imam Ali was kept aside, because Sahabas were like elderly and how can they be like under a youth, okay, who's in 30s. So this is the madrasa to Sahaba mentality, not to accept a teacher. A teacher, even if it's a child like Imam Muhammad al-Jawad alayhi salam, all these judges, big judges, they were shunned and they had to be polite in front of Imam Muhammad al-Jawad alayhi salam. A child who has not reached 10 years old. Is the knowledge. So I don't understand why this feeling of many elder aunties and uncles reluctancy to learn the modern method and continue teaching in madrasa. Because the young generation, as I said, they have been upraised in that environment. They know how they were taught. They know how they can teach. They need fine tuning. But the elders, uncles and auntie, yes, we need you to serve. You are the blessings. You are the most experienced. But methodology should be changed. That twisting the ear methodology, open the hand, slap, and shouting methodology, angry methodology, does not work out nowadays. In one of the madrasas, one of the teachers shouted at the students. That was the last time the child came in the madrasa. You see the danger? So when we are tackling about tarbiyah, when we are complaining about the children being deviated, their aqidah, their belief deviation, their practices deviation, salat not offering, lying, cheating, morally deviating, drugs and fornication. Why? Because we have problem. We need to fix it. How can we prepare supporters of Imam Zaman Ajjalallahu Ta'ala? Where our families, they have problem. Where our madaris, not all families, not all madaris, they have problem. Methodology problem. Community problem. Members, not all, as I said, member problem. Our educational system is most of it is messed up. Be it community, member and madrasa, be it family, be it the society, the surrounding. So if the society is corrupt, madrasa and family, they are the pillars. They can fix any corruption comes from the society. Any immorality is coming from the society. But if the madrasa becomes messed up, if the family becomes messed up, this triangle, remember this triangle, the child is in between this triangle. Influences of the community, influences of the parents, influences of the society. Like community means our religious community, masjid and mimbar, family, and then the society, school, public school, workplace, all these kind of things. So the child is between this triangle. If we can take care of these two triangles, Alhamdulillah, the upper influences can be reduced and eliminated. And this is what we learn from the children of Karbala. The children of Karbala, why they were supporters, strongly supporters of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. This we need to understand why, to be able to prepare the generation to support our Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala. So in that case, we see today the personality of Zainab alayhi salatu, how she nurtured her children in a way to support Imam. We saw how Wahab's mother was honored. Yes, it's pain to see the son in blood and pain. So that's normal emotions. You relieve your emotions, you cry, but you don't complain to God. So, but Zainab alayhi salatu is ahead of all these mothers. How? Zainab alayhi salatu wasalam, since her childhood, she saw pain and agony. She's prepared for all these pains and miseries and agonies. When she was 5 years old, she lost her precious grandfather, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa wasallam. The Prophet who used to love Zainab alayhi salatu wasalam, gave her the best of love. And after that, few months, she sees her mother between the door and the wall, squeezed, and the nail plunged in her chest, and the ribs broken, and her brother Muhsin fallen on the ground. That is Zainab alayhi salam, seeing all the pain, pain after pain, after she was overcome somehow by the pain of her grandfather and the pain of Rasul Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam, her precious mother. Here comes the time that her father, in the holy month of Ramadan, is brought from Masjid al-Kufa, the head bleeding, the blood of head mixed with the blood, with the beard, and she was that time 35 years old. Bless the heart of Zainab. How can Zainab not cry? And she's a young youth, and she's seeing her precious father, her precious mother left this world, and the precious father, and just after 10 years, she's going through the pain of her Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and pain of her mother, and pain of her father. She sees in the bowl, she sees in the utensil the pieces of liver of her brother Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba. Now the defender of the family left, Amir Mu'mineen. Another defender of the family is leaving, and that is Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba. Bless the heart of Zainab alayhi salam. Musibah after musibah. Every 10 years, she loses one of the guardians. And after that, Imam Hassan and Abu Fadl al-Abbas took the charge of taking care of Zainab alayhi salam. And when she's 56 years old, after 11 years of the depart of Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba, and here Zainab alayhi salatu salam loses two precious defenders, Imam Hussein, her brother, and Abul Fadl al-Abbas, her brother, precious brother, the brother who never get to the brother whom she never got to farewell him. He went to bring water, thinking that he will come back, and he did not come back, and the flag only came back. And this is Zainab alayhi salam. And she had children, and she had made a commitment with her husband, Abdullah, the son of Ja'far, son of Abu Talib, named Ja'far al-Tayyar, who was martyred in Mu'tah, brave soldier of Islam, and and they are a descendant of brave warrior Imam Ali. From both sides, they inherited the bravery. She had owned and Muhammad and Abbas and Kulthum and Ali. So here she's preparing the day of Ashura, the children, that they are going to be defending their uncle Hussein alayhi salam, their mamu, their paternal uncle. And she's seeing that the Ansar have been martyred. The children are there, and they were not children. Many of the narrators, they narrate in a way they were youth. So the youth are there. These two youth are there. Zainab alayhi salam is concerned. Bani Hashim, they go one after another in the battlefield. But Aun and Muhammad, they are there. And finally she asks them, she prepares them like a mother prepares a bridegroom to be wedded, and this mother is preparing them to go to the battlefield, to be butchered, to be cut into pieces. Bless the heart of Zainab alayhi salam. And she gave them sword and she gave them everything. And she came to Imam Hussein alayhi salam and tells him, my brother Hussein, why are you not giving them permission? Imam Hussein alayhi salam says, Abdullah, son of Ja'far, will not allow me that the children, they go to the battlefield. She says, no, he has given me the instructions that they need to go. They need to wear the gears of war and go to the battlefield and defend Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, defend you, my brother. And then Zainab alayhi salatu Islam is insisting on her brother. Finally, Imam Hussein alayhi salam gives them the permission. These two sons of Ja'far al-Tayyar, they go to the battlefield. Umar ibn Sa'ad, he's astonished, baffled. He says, how great the love of this sister is for her brother Hussein, that she sends her both sons, both youth, precious sons to the battlefield. Yes, they fought a great fight, these two brave descendants of the soldiers of Islam, the warriors of Islam, Imam Ali and his brother Ja'far. And and one of the brothers, Muhammad, he became seriously injured. He fell down. On comes to him, says, my brother, don't be haste. I'm coming with you. I'm going to follow you soon. And finally, the Aun is brutally injured, severely injured, and he falls down. And Imam Hussein alayhi salam comes to the battlefield to grab those sons of Zainab alayhi salam. And then the narrator narrates that we saw Hussein carrying both. He could not carry them both. The feet were dragging on the ground, feet of On and feet of Muhammad. And then Imam Hussein alayhi salam kept them in the tents of Bani Hashim beside Ali al-Akbar. And yet Zainab alayhi salam is not coming out to the tents of, because whenever Bani Hashim died and he was martyred, the women were crying and grieving. Zainab will be ahead of everybody. She would cry, she would grieve. But Zainab alayhi salatu wasalam, she is not coming. She is not grieving. How can she grieve in front of her brother on her precious sons whom she gave gift to Imam Hussein alayhi salam? How can she grieve on them and break the heart of brother? her brother, and let him feel that what have I done to Zainab's children? What have I done to Zainab's heart? Since childhood, Zainab has been in pain and pain, pain after pain. How could I be the cause of giving her more pain? And Zainab alayhi salam, she did not come. Some narrators, they say the reason she did not come because their bodies were brutally injured, severely injured. When she could see the injuries of her sons, she might not tolerate it. She might lose her emotions and cry severely. And what will happen to the heart of Imam Hussein alayhi salam? Yes, that is Zainab alayhi salam. Did the torture finish there? Did the pain finish there? No, my beloved ones. The torture and pain continues. There is the Sham Ghariba, and there is the traveling, the captivity, and the torture of the whips and lashes of Omar Saad and Shimmer and all these people, and taking the chadar and all these pain after pain, waiting for Zainab alayhi salam. Wa Zainabah wa musibata.